This is a tutorial on using Google Sheets to create pie charts. I typically use pie charts for ABC data, so antecedent behavior consequence. So if I was doing a functional behavior analysis, I might be inputting all of my antecedents, my behaviors and consequences, and then graphing those to determine a function. I might also be graphing setting an activity by target behavior. ABC data is not really used to progress monitor, so it should be something that you're graphing to determine the function of the behavior, but long-term, you're not continuing to take that ABC data. I have also used it for like intensity data. So for example, we might be trying to reduce physical aggression, and maybe we've given intensity ratings of 1 to 6 that we've operationally defined, and maybe we have a goal to reduce kind of like those highest intensity behaviors. So maybe I want to show like our level 6, which results in tissue damage such as bruising or abrasions, broken skin, or injury basically to staff and peers. Maybe that's 50% of all of our physical aggression. And so we're trying to reduce kind of the prevalence of that. So maybe in addition to frequency data by intensity rating, I might also be generating a pie graph to show, when we took baseline in our FBA, 50% of all physical aggression was at an intensity rating of 6. And now that only encompasses 20% of all physical aggression. So we're kind of reducing those higher intensity behaviors. All right, so if I was going to do antecedents, so maybe antecedents could be, all right, task demand presented, transition, change in schedule, so maybe we had an unexpected activity, verbal redirection, end of preferred item / activity, so meaning a preferred item was taken away, a timer signaled the end of an activity. Right now this is spilling over into column B, and that's kind of annoying, so I'm going to go to format, text, wrapping, wrap, attention diverted, so maybe they didn't have somebody directly interacting with them. Then I would just go through my ABC sheets. I'm counting the total, 15, 1, 3, 5, 22. All right, then over here, I can put consequence, task delayed, task terminated, verbal redirection. Can also make this column wider by hovering over this and pulling out verbal redirection. Let's see. Removal preferred item. Again, I want this to wrap. Could also be access preferred item. Maybe the child is eloping, so they're running away and they're going to preferred area. So I can click on A, it highlights the whole row. Controls, move my cursor over to column B, click on that, insert chart, and it makes a nice pie chart for me. Something that can be challenging is that it cuts off these titles right here. So I can show you in a minute how to fix that. But first, I'm going to go to title, Again, it's important to have a detailed title, antecedents to elopement, and I've operationally defined that with my team. All right, so I'm going to X out of the editor. I'm going to move this down. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I just moved it way down. Okay, so consequence, task delayed. And again, I'm just putting in random numbers, so they might not match the antecedents. 20, 5, 2, 1, 10, 10. I'm going to click on D, it highlights it. I'm going to go over to column E, holding down control, click on that, insert chart. I'm going to go to customize. Again, chart title and axes, so consequences to elopement. Maybe I'm also taking intensity data on this. Intensity data of elopement. Again, I've operationally defined this when I took the data. Oh, sorry, it should be under format, text wrapping wrap. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. So an intensity of 1 might be that they're just leaving the instructional error without permission, wandering around the classroom. That happened about 20 opportunities. A 2 would be they've left the classroom. That happened about 5 times, and maybe an intensity rating of 3 means they have left the building. Again, click on column G, control over to H, insert chart, customize. Intensity of elopement. Okay. I can click on this. I can say move to own sheet. It's now in its own tab. All right, scroll down. There we go. Consequences to elopement. Move to own sheet. See, and now I can see this a little bit better. I can see all of these are labeled really nicely. I can copy chart and then paste this into another document. If I download the chart, I could save it as a PDF. I could save it as an image. Maybe I'm attaching this. Again, so uses for pie charts might be with FBAs for behaviors by setting and activity, antecedents, the behaviors themselves, consequences. I typically like to graph my antecedents and consequences per behavior and not group them all together just because I don't know if they're all the same function, so it makes sense to graph them separately. And then I've also used it for intensity data. So this would be important to know that when the student does elope 20% of, almost 22% of opportunities during baseline, they did leave the building, which is unsafe behavior. So that's useful information as part of an FBA or just in general to include so the next receiving team would know that about this student. And that is pie charts.